adding that his administration is winning the war against terrorism, banditry, Boko Haram insurgency, and kidnapping for ransom in Northwest and some other parts of the country. President Tinubu said the federal government has been responding to the recent natural disaster, particularly flooding in parts of the country, saying that the Federal Executive Council has approved a disaster relief fund to mobilize private and public sector funds to help respond faster to emergencies. In the meantime, the federal government has ordered integrity tests of all Nigerian dams to avert future disasters and is committed to free enterprise, free entry, free exit in investment, and attracted foreign direct investment worth more than $30 billion in the last year, among others, to boost the Nigerian economy.
Our government is implementing several other youth-centric programs to give our young people an advantage in rapid changing world. We are implementing, among others, a 3 million technical program of the Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, aimed at building Nigeria's technical talent backbone. We have also enthusiastically implemented the Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, which provides cheap loans to our students to pursue their tertiary educational dream. In addition, later this month, we shall launch the Renewable Hope Labor Employment and Empowerment, the LEAP. It is conceived as a comprehensive suite of interventions and job creation by Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment that is aimed at facilitating the creation of 2.5 million jobs.
He assured Nigerians.
We also reported to you that the Sokoto state government has again reiterated its commitment to addressing security challenges facing some parts of the state. The state deputy governor, engineer Idris Mohammed Gobir, gave the assurance during an event to mark this year's independence anniversary. Said the menace was among the challenges hindering the country's development. Our government house correspondent, Nasser Abubakar Kiri, has more on the story.
The state deputy governor, while inspecting the parade staged by the Nigeria police, said despite several efforts by the leaders since independence to date, there are several challenges militating against the country's development. Gobir said, as a nation, the most important thing to appreciate is the country's unity that withstands all the bottlenecks and challenges. He said Sokoto, as one of the states hit hard by insecurity, the present administration has done its best to reduce the menace to the barest minimum. While wishing the people of the state a happy independence, the deputy governor assured them of taking proactive measures to ensure peaceful coexistence throughout the state.
It was one day like this in 1960 that Nigeria gained its independence from Britain, following the pressure from various quarters advocating for self-rule. A struggle that later became successful and self-rule was eventually achieved. Since then, the 1st of October every year becomes a very important day in which Nigerians from across the globe come together to thank God for the attainment of the long-awaited self-rule and to as well assess the journey so far. As we today observe this day, we all owe a duty to pay tribute to the nation's founding fathers that fought for Nigerians' independence and appreciate their doggedness and resilience.
In an address of welcome, the Permanent Secretary, State Ministry for Home Affairs, Bello Ibrahim, commended Governor Ahmad Aliyu for his efforts in improving the livelihood of the people of the state since his inauguration. Highlights of the event where was a parade set by the Nigerian police in commemoration of the 64th independence.
Let me extend our gratitude to the State Executive Governor, State Deputy Governor, President, Engineer Muhammad Idris, for his gracious approval of annual activities to commemorate the Nigerian 64th Independence Day anniversary that includes prayers at Jumat mosques and churches for peace and stability of the country and customary sadaqah to imams and clerics, among others.
Reporting for Alu TV News, I am Nasir Abubakar Kiri.
Still on the Independence Day, we brought you that Nigeria's educational sector has undergone significant transformations as the country marks its 64th independence anniversary. Over the years, the sector has experienced remarkable growth, overcome numerous challenges, and shown unwavering resilience. Abdurrashid Wadata Buhari, our basic education correspondent, explores the evolution of Nigeria's education sector, highlighting its remarkable journey, notable milestones, challenges, and prospects in his report. The report.
The Nigeria education system has undergone significant transformations from its indigenous roots to the Western-style education we know today. Before colonial rule, Nigeria had two main types of education, Islamic and indigenous. In the north, Islamic schools taught the Quran and Arabic alphabets, with over 19,000 Islamic schools and 143,000 students by 1913. British missionaries introduced Western education in 1940, establishing the first primary school, followed by the first secondary school in 1954 and the University of Ibadan in 1948. Today, Nigeria's education system follows the 9-3-4 formula: 9 years of basic education, 3 years of secondary education, and 4 years of tertiary education, whereby students can choose formal or vocational education path, with options in science, technology, and entrepreneurship. Professor Mustafa Namakatukur, a prominent scholar in the state, highlighted significant milestones achieved so far.
If you look at Nigeria educational system produce quite a number of people that the whole world is proud of. Somebody like Jelani Aliu, just most recently, Aminu Bello Asra, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, and many more that are now termed as global icons. As UN Deputy Secretary General, Amina Azubair. So we have quite a number of people that went through Nigeria educational system, and they are serving the whole world, and they are rated to be well educated. So by that measurement, you can say that we have really achieved in that aspect. But in aggregate, the achievement is more of quantitative achievement than the qualitative achievement. Number of schools, if you look at the number of schools, the role of the enrollment rate, the retention, and even the scale up have really improved significantly.
Despite progress, Nigeria's education system faces challenges, including inadequate infrastructure, overcrowding, and funding issues. The Sokoto state government is making efforts to create a conducive environment, providing infrastructure, facilities, programs, and policies for better education. To address these challenges, experts like Dr. Musri Isa Buhari recommended prioritizing equality, developing a data-driven education system, aligning the curriculum to foundational learning, vocational skills, and entrepreneurship, increasing support for education workforce, and building context-specific solutions.
So we have to move towards functional education. We have to disregard paperwork and focus on the skills that people can have. The world is moving towards artificial intelligence now. So who needs certificate? Because whatever you can do with your certificate A machine can be programmed to do it.
Dr. Buhari also emphasized the need for revolutionary focus on technology, including artificial intelligence, to prepare students for the global village.
I don't think we need to cover all this period of time focusing just on certification. 6 years primary school, 6 years secondary schools, 4 years university. And just like someone highlighted, and you come out and you are looking for a job, you are seeking a job. So we have to move from being an educational system that creates job seekers to a system that will create job creators, not job seekers. So,
for a brighter future, individuals, communities, governments and stakeholders must take a holistic approach, contributing through cooperative social responsibility and collaboration. By addressing these challenges and working together, Nigeria can build a more effective and inclusive education system for future generations. I'm Rashid Wadata Buhari, Alu TV News.
Still on the activities of the Independence Day, we reported to you that 1st October marks the 64th anniversary of Nigeria's Independence Day. NTA Sokoto Network Center has joined other Nigerians in the celebrations of the day, where students from various schools gathered at the premises of the station to commemorate the special day. The event showcased outstanding performances by the children who demonstrated their love and patriotism for Nigeria. Our correspondent was there for Alu TV and now reports. The Independence Day celebrations in Sokoto demonstrated the community's commitment to fostering patriotism and national unity among its youth. This annual event serves as a reminder of Nigeria's journey to independence and the importance of unity among its citizens. Chairman Private Schools Proprietors Sokoto Alhaji Ahmed S. Fada said as the country celebrates this milestone, there is need to honor our nation's progress and look forward to a brighter future by highlighting some of the major achievements in the education sector.
The National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools and the NTA Sokoto Network collaboration has been there for a very long time, and we have always collaborated to celebrate events of significance in the country, like the Children's Day celebrations, the Nigerian independence and cultural celebrations. I therefore look forward more synergy with Nigerian Television Authority Sokoto Network Center.
Senator Aliyu Magatakarda Wamako, who was represented by his media aide Bashar Abubakar, expressed heartfelt gratitude for witnessing the day, encouraging the younger generation to study hard to be good representatives of our dear nation.
Senator Aliyu Magatakarda Wamako is always with children, as you said. That is why we are here on his behalf to rejoice with the children and be part of them in celebrating our nationhood. So he wants to say kudos to NTA also for champion this program marking the 64th anniversary of our dear nation.
In her goodwill message, Special Advisor on Resident Communities and Internally Displaced Persons, Mariam Suleiman, on behalf of Governor Ahmed Aliyu, congratulated the entire people of Sokoto State and prayed for the continued success of his administration to have a peaceful and developed state.
You can see the state in a stage of peace and happiness in Sokoto State today. And we are grateful to Almighty God for giving our father, Wamako, the opportunity to give us a listening governor who is making the state a home for peace today for Sokoto State.
The debate session was conducted on the topic, High Cost of Living in Nigeria, who is to blame, the government or the citizens? Citing very powerful examples on pressing issues of education, security, and fuel subsidy removal, among many others. Each group backs their stance with very strong and meaningful reasons.
Please tell me, is there a body without a head? Why should we argue over this glaring fact? Can a blind man lead a blind man? Do not us all fall into a ditch? Permit me to eliminate facts when government is responsible for a greater part of misfortune that has befallen Nigeria, which is the present high cost of living in Nigeria today.
The cultural dance sessions were excellently performed, demonstrating peace and unity in our country, showing that for Nigeria to be united, we all have to come together, describing a legendary Hausa proverb, "Tsintsiya madaurin ki daya." Together we stand, divided and we fall. The children also performed a parade of some of the military training practices to show its impact on shaping Nigeria. The celebrations highlighted the younger generation's enthusiasm for their country's history and heritage, with march passes, poems, dances, and presentations. The students exhibited their pride in being Nigerian, with prayers to save our dear country. Aisha Abdullahi Aminu, Alu TV News. On the week under review, we also reported to you that chairmen and members of the Sokoto State Local Government Election Petition Tribunal has been inaugurated. While inaugurating the tribunal, the Chief Judge of the state, Justice Saidu Muhammad Sifawa, charged them to work around the clock to ensure speedy delivery of justice to all. The report.
I, Muhammad Marama, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as Chairman, Secretary of the State Government Election Tribunal, I will discharge my duties and perform my functions.
Those inaugurated by the State Chief Judge as the three tribunal chairmen of the senatorial zones are Muhammad Marafa, Muhammad Bello Nura, and Junaidu Altine. Also sworn in were the members of the tribunal, which included Abubakar Moyi, Abubakar Ladan Isa, Zulaiha Bello, Shamsiya Muhammad, and Kabiru Umar Marnona, as well as Manir Abdullahi. Delivering his speech during the ceremony, which was held at Court 1 of the State Higher Court Sokoto, the Chief Judge, Justice Saidu Muhammad Sipawa, congratulated the appointees and charged them to swing into action, saying their time was bound, hence the need to waste no time on their assignments. Justice Sipawa said this is part of the constitutional responsibility that whenever an election is conducted, a tribunal must be set up to look into any gray area of the opponent's parties. He said this is a democratically acceptable mechanism way of ensuring that any eligible contestant is heard when he brings any complaint with a view of doing justice to all parties. The Chief Judge further reiterated the commitment of the judiciary to deliver on their mandate. He said those inaugurated to steer the affairs of listening to any petition are persons with proven integrity, even as he congratulated them for their appointment. He charged them to uphold the ethics of legal profession, diligence, integrity, and respect while discharging their duties. He also called on them to shy away from any form of impartiality during their assignments.
I will be careful to deal with matters brought before you with speed and diligence. I am very confident that you will discharge your onerous responsibility without fear or favor additional opinion. Once again, congratulations to all of you. Thank you and God bless us.
In her comment, the registrar of the court, Maria Haruna Dogondaji, explains that the time bound mentioned by the Chief Judge is 90 days. Therefore, they are expected to complete the assignment given to them within the stipulated period.
Yes, there is room for appeal. Yes, whoever is not happy with the decision has the right to appeal within 60 days.
The State Attorney General and the Commissioner for Justice, Barrister Nasir Muhammad Benji, who witnessed the inauguration ceremony, said that was the provision of the law. Whenever elections are held, a tribunal should be set up to listen to the complaints of the other parties that felt discomfort. The commissioner said those inaugurated were rightly selected, as most of them are the judges of the magistrate court and members of the Ministry of Justice. Therefore, he believes that they are up to the task of carrying out their assignment diligently.
For a panel of this nature of population petition to be constituted and inaugurated, then the provisions of the law says people of proven integrity. If you can see the spread, the chairman are chief magistrates. The members are from the Ministry of Justice, and also other members are serving judges of the Sharia court. So they are into education of justice every day. So we believe the chief judge has made a good selection, a right selection.
The mini ceremony had in attendance the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Justice, chairman-person of the Nigeria Bar Association Sokoto State Chapter, Rashidat Muhammad, and many lawyers in the law profession. That has been the report.
Meanwhile, we also reported to you that the Ministry for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs has convened an inaugural meeting with the outgoing sole administrators and newly elected chairman in the state. Our correspondent Jamilu Musa Maishanu reported that the meeting marked a pivotal moment in the effort to enhance the commitment of the local government across the state. His report.
During the meeting, Commissioner Ibrahim Dedadari emphasized the ministry's crucial oversight role in local government activities, creating a vital platform for discussing pressing issues faced by the local communities. He added that effective governance at the local level is essential, underscoring the ministry's dedication to aiding local government in delivering essential services and promoting community development.
We have informed them of what is expected from them. We have had so many promises made from the council chairman, and we want as much as possible when they go back to their respective local government, they should be able to implement activities that are of benefit to their people. Well, this is the essence of the invitation for the meeting of this council chairman.
The commissioner also used the opportunity to express appreciation for the contribution made by the outgoing sole administrators, praising their commitment and effort to advance societal development during their tenure.
Well, I will rate them perfectly okay, because we worked tirelessly and we worked well with them, and there was no problem from any of the sole administrator. The expectation from them was well implemented. Various activities were executed by the sole administrators, and within the handing over notes of various sole administrators, they have spelled out various activities that were carried out.
23 local government elected chairmen and sole administrators have participated in the meeting, fostering an environment of collaboration and open dialogue. Jamilu Musa Maishanu, Alu TV News.
However, during the week on the review, we also reported to you that Nigeria has significant strides in technology within 64 years of independence, showcasing its potential as a leading force in Africa. One notable example of Nigeria's technological achievements is the strategic establishment of Sokoto State's first ICT office, which predates the National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA. Our reporter Naziru Alhaji Sani reported that the office was upgraded during the era of Governor Aliyu Magatakarda Wamako, which demonstrated the state's commitment to technological development. The report.
Technology has transformed our lives in various sectors, including education, health, agriculture, security, business, and communications.
Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
In Nigeria's early years of independence, specifically in 1960, the country's technology was still in its infancy, with no governing rules, agencies or ministries for information and communication technology (ICT). According to Akindola, computers were first introduced in Nigeria in 1963 to process national census data. During the military reign, telecommunications sectors started to develop with establishment of Nigerian Broadcast Commission (NBC) and the Nigerian Telecommunications Commission, although it lacked tangible corporations. In 1999, the Federal Ministry of Communications made its effort to incorporate ICT policies, and National Information Technology Development Agency (NITDA) was established. Prior to this, making phone calls was challenging due to limitations, but with the license of telecom companies marked the beginning of telecommunications development in the country. The Nigerian government recognized ICT as a key enabler for developing critical sectors like education, healthcare, agriculture, and manufacturing. Nigeria is considered Africa's largest ICT market, with approximately 82% of continent telecommunications subscribers. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Innovation and Digital Economy in the state, Dr. Nasir Dania commended the growth of technology in Nigeria.
There is another development where also National Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics was established out of NITDA. This is also an agency responsible to ensure that the emerging technologies, which includes artificial intelligence and robotics, has specific agency that looks into it and develop several aspects of artificial intelligence and robotics. And
in the northern part of the country, the first ICT office in Sokoto State was established in 1999 before the NITDA's establishment. The office underwent upgrades during Governor Alu Tv administration, experienced several transitions. The current administration has initiated strategies to develop technology in the state through the establishment of the first Ministry of Innovation and Digital Economy and the first state to propose the Regional Center for Artificial Intelligence to the National Council.
Recently, he signed a memo presented by our Honorable Commissioner, Honorable Shamuru Kobo, for the establishment of Information and Communication Technology Directorates bill into law. We have started the work in progress in collaboration with the Ministry of Justice, and it will soon be presented to the State Executive Council for onward submission to the State Assembly for enactment into law. So these are the signs that shows Nigeria is really progressing.
Indigenous individuals like Jilani Aliyu have played a pivotal role in Nigeria's technology development, creating the country's first electronic car and establishing its charging station in Sokoto State. Interviews conducted during this report reveal how the technology transforms people's lives.
Control it, and smartphones to some extent have explored me into different things, because most things, for now, I don't even read with my books anymore. I read online. Even smartphone, not only me, it has helped different people, you know, because the course I'm even studying, even some law reports are online now. So smartphone has contributed greatly and immensely to my field of study.
At 64, Nigeria has made significant strides in various technology sectors. Naziru Alajisani, Alu TV News.
And that's the end of our review for this week. Be with us next week for another fresh episode of our weekly news review. On behalf of the news producer and the entire production team, I am Aisha Abdullahi Aminu Sin, stating for the Hausa version coming up shortly. Good night.
Masu kallo barka da sake kasancewa da ku a cikin wannan shiri na musamman da muke kawo muku bitan labaran muhimman ababen da suka faru a makon da ke shuɗewa daga nan gidan talabijin na Alu tare da ni Abdulrashid Wadata Buhari da nake jagorantar wannan shirin. To za mu yi kallabin wannan shirin da labarin da muka labarto muku mai cewa a lokacin da kasar Najeriya da kuma al'ummar ta ke bikin cikar kasar shekara 64 da samun 'yancin kai a 1 ga watan Oktoba na wannan shekarar. Gwamnatin tarayya ta tabbatar wa 'yan Najeriya da cewa tana sanar da duka korafe-korafensu kuma tana ɗaukar kwakwaran matakai domin ganin cewa an kawar da duka matsalolin da suke fama da su musamman a wannan lokaci. A lokacin da yake gabatar da jawabinsa na taya murna zuwa ga ɗaukacin al'ummar Najeriya, shugaban ƙasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu ya nanata ƙuduri da kuma aniyar gwamnatinsa wajen ganin cewa an kawar da duka waɗannan matsalolin da ke fama da al'umma musamman a wannan lokaci. Wakilarmu Nafisa Kabiru Muhammad ta yi mana duba zuwa ga jawabin shugaban ƙasa kuma tana ɗauke da cikon wannan rahoton.
Shugaban ƙasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu ya buƙaci 'yan Najeriya da su ƙara haƙuri kasancewar gwamnatinsa na iya ƙoƙarinta. Kazalika aiwace-aiwacen shirye-shiryen da take da ƙudurorin da take fitowa da su sun soma haifar da ɗa mai ido kuma za a ga haske a ƙarshen tafiyar. Ya ƙara da cewar Najeriya ƙasa ce ta haihuwa da ta zaɓi amfani da dimokuraɗiyya a matsayin hanyar tafiyar da gwamnatinta da kuma amfani da wadda za ta taimaka wajen ganin cewar ta inganta ƙasar wacce za ta yi zarra a cikin ƙasashen nahiyar Afirka da za su fita daga ƙangin talauci da rashin ilimi da kuma rashin ci gaba. Kazalika za ta kasance jagora a bar koyi da sauran ƙasashen nahiyar Afirka da kuma ƙasashen duniya baki ɗaya. Tinubu ya ƙara da cewa duk kuwa da irin ƙalubalen da suka addabi ƙasar nan, sai dai har wa yau Najeriya na da ƙwarin gwiwa da kuma haɗin kai da take da shi tun farko. Ya ƙara da cewar gwamnatin tarayya ta yi ayyuka da dama na gina ƙasa kuma ta sabunta ƙoƙarin da take yi na samar da ingantacciyar ƙasa da za ta gyara da kuma inganta rayuwar 'yan ƙasar da kuma masu tasowa a nan gaba. Tinubu ya kara da cewar a watanni 16 da ya shafe a ofishi, gwamnatinsa ta yanke hukuncin farfadowa da kuma bunƙasa ɓangaren siyasa da na tattalin arziki da kuma na tsaro. Yana mai ƙari da cewar gwamnatinsa na samun ci gaba da kuma nasara a yaƙi da ayyukan ta'addanci da na 'yan bindiga da ta'addancin ƙungiyar Boko Haram, kazalika da garkuwa da mutane domin neman kuɗaɗen fansa da yankin arewa maso yammacin Najeriya da kuma wasu sassa na kasar nan. Shugaba Tinubu ya kuma ce gwamnatin tarayya na iya kokarinta wajen ganin cewar ta bayar da tallafi da kuma shawo kan matsalolin ibtila'o'i musamman na ambaliyar ruwa da ya faru a wasu sassan kasar nan. Yana mai cewar majalisar zartaswa ta amince da samar da kuɗaɗe na rage hassaki a ɓangarori masu zaman kansu da kuma na gwamnati da za su taimaka wajen bayar da ɗaukin gaggawa ga duk inda ake buƙatar hakan. A wata makamancin wannan kuma gwamnatin tarayya ta bayar da umarnin duba madatsun ruwan Najeriya domin shawo kan aukuwar matsaloli a nan gaba. Kazalika ta himmatu wajen bunƙasa ɓangaren kasuwanci da saka jari haɗi da jarin ƙasashen ƙetare na kuɗi fiye da dalar Amurka biliyan 30 tun a shekarar da ta gabata da sauran ire-irensu domin bunƙasa tattalin arzikin 'yan Najeriya. Ya kuma tabbatar wa 'yan Najeriya cewar gwamnatinsa na fitowa tare da aiwatar da matakai da dama na rage tsadar rayuwa da suka haɗa da fitowa da shirye-shiryen bunƙasawa da inganta rayuwar matasan Najeriya. A ɓangaren ilimi kuwa shugaban ƙasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu ya bayyana cewar gwamnatinsa ta aiwatar tare da samar da tallafin nan na bashin ɗalibai wanda zai samar da sassauƙan bashi ga ɗalibai don ba su damar ci gaba da karatunsu na gaba da sakandare. Haka ma dai shirin nan na ƙarfafawa da samar da ayyukan yi za a ƙaddamar da shi a wannan watan da muke ciki. Ya buƙaci 'yan Najeriya da su haɗa hannu da gwamnatinsa a tafiyar samar da kyakkyawan gobe ga kowane ɗan ƙasa tare da ganin sun samu damammakin da ake fitowa da su. Kazalika don ganin kowane yaro ya taso da ƙwarin gwiwa da kuma kyakkyawar fata. A lokacin da yake taya 'yan Najeriya murnar cikar Najeriya shekaru 64 da samun 'yancin kai kuwa, shugaban ƙasa Bola Ahmed Tinubu ya roki Allah Subhanahu wata'ala da ya ƙara yi wa Najeriya albarka tare da bayar da kariya ga jami'an tsaron Najeriya. Ƙarshen rahoton kenan, Nafisa Kabiru Muhammad, labaran Alu TV.
So a wani bangaren gwamnatin jihar Sokoto kuwa mun labarto muku cewar gwamnatin jihar Sokoto ta sake nanata kudurinta na ganin cewa ta kawar da dukkan matsalolin tsaro da ake fama da su a wasu sassa na faɗin jihar. Mataimakin gwamnan jihar Sokoto Injiniya Idris Muhammad Gobir shine bayyana haka a lokacin da kasar take bikin cikar shekaru 64 samun yancin kai, inda kuma ya bayyana cewa wannan kalubale na daga cikin abin da ya hana ma kasar ci gaba. Wakilin mu a fadar gwamnati Nasir Abubakar Kiri yana dauke da cikin wannan rahoton.
Da yake duba faretin da rundunar 'yan sandan kasar nan ta shirya domin bukukuwan wannan ranar, mataimakin gwamnan ya ce duk da ƙoƙarin shugabannin da suka jagoranci ƙasar nan tun lokacin 'yancin kai har zuwa yanzu, akwai ƙalubale iri daban-daban da ke barazana ga ci gaban ƙasar nan. Gobir ya ce a matsayin ƙasa babban abu mafi mahimmanci shine haɗin kai, wanda duk da ƙalubale iri daban-daban da ta fuskanta har yanzu tana ci gaba da zama tsintsiya ɗaya maɗaurin ki ɗaya. Ya ce jihar Sokoto a zaman ɗaya daga cikin waɗanda suke fama da matsalar tsaro. Gwamnati mai ci ta yi iya ƙoƙarinta wurin rage matsalar ta yadda halin yanzu jama'a suna gudanar da al'amuransu musamman a waɗannan yankunan da ke fama da matsalar. A daidai lokacin da ya taya al'ummar jihar nan murna akan bukukuwan na 'yancin kai karo na 64, mataimakin gwamnan ya kuma ba su tabbaci akan ci gaba da ɗaukar ƙwaƙƙwaran matakai waɗanda za su taimaka wurin wanzar da zaman lafiya a ɗaukacin jihar nan.
Muna ma Allah godiya na yanayin da muka samu kamu. Saƙonmu shine mutane su ƙara azama a tashi tsaye wajen ba gwamnati a taimako na kowane ɓangare abin da ya shahi musamman zama lahiya, domin mu ga mun kawo ƙarshen wannan abu cikin taimakon Allah, saboda aiki ne na kowa. Na biyu, muna mutane fatan alkhairi kamar yadda ubangiji Allah albarkaci da mu bana. Kaga irin yanayin ruwan da an kai wanda ya sa alhamdulillah ko ina za ga an wadata ko da to abinci zance, duk da yake ruwan sun yi muna banna saboda ainihin yawan su, amma dai haka mun hijin daɗin bannan ruwa da rashin su. So wannan abun fata ne. Yanayi kuma wanda ƙasa kuma ba ƙasa ba duniya kuma kowa san haka, inda mutum ba zai sa son ran shi ba, ya san ko ina ne a duniya akwai bambance-bambance na musamman rayuwa.
Tun farko a jawabinsa na maraba, babban sakatare na ma'aikatar lamuran cikin gida Bello Ibrahim ya yaba wa gwamna Ahmad Aliyu akan kokarinsa wurin inganta rayukan jama'ar jihar nan tun kama aikin gwamnatinsa a farkon shekarar bara. Yayin bikin, rundunar 'yan sanda ta gudanar da fareti iri daban-daban albarkacin bukukuwan wannan ranar ta cikar Najeriya shekaru 64 da samun 'yancin kai daga turawan mulkin mallaka. Ƙarshen rahoton kenan. Nasir Abubakar Kiri daga fadar gwamnatin jihar Sokoto.
Tsaruka makon da ke shuɗewa da mun labarto muku cewar a ɓangaren ilimi na ƙasar Najeriya da ya samu sauye-sauye da dama, musamman a lokacin da ƙasar take bikin cikar shekara 64 da samun 'yancin kai. A tsawon duka waɗannan shekarun da wannan ɓangare na ilimi ya samu gagarumin ci gaba, inda kuma ya sha kan waɗansu matsaloli da dama wanda yake tabbatar da jajircewa wajen ganin an samar da kyakkyawan ilimi a ƙasar. Wakilinmu a ɓangaren ilimi matakin farko ya yi mana duba ga yadda wannan ɓangare ya samu asali da tushensa da kuma irin ƙaƙarumin ci gaban da ya samu tare da ƙalubalen da ake fama da su a wannan yanki na ilimi. Ga rahoton. Tsarin ilimin Najeriya dai ya samu sauye-sauye da dama tun daga tushensa zuwa ilimin da aka sani yanzu na turawan ƙasan yamma. Kafin zuwan turawan mulkin mallaka, Najeriya tana gudanar da tsarin ilimi kala biyu, wanda suka hada da tsarin addinin musulunci da kuma wanda aka sani tun farko. A arewacin Najeriya kuma makarantun Islamiyya sun kasance su ne makarantun da suke da ƙarfi musamman a lokacin, waɗanda suke karantar da Ƙur'ani da kuma haruffan Larabci, inda a shekarar 1913 ake da makarantun Islamiyya sama da 19,000 waɗanda ke da ɗalibai sama da 143. Turawa dai 'yan mishan na ƙasar Burtaniya sun bullo da ilimin ƙasashen yamma a shekarar 1840 inda suka kafa makarantar firamare ta farko sai kuma kafa ƙaramar makarantar sakandare a shekarar 1954 inda kuma aka kafa babbar jami'ar Ibadan a shekarar 1948. Sai dai kuma a tsarin ilimin Najeriya wanda ke tafiya a halin yanzu ya kasance tsari ne da ke amfani da shekara 9 da 3 da kuma 4 waɗanda suka kasance shekaru 9 na ilimin matakin farko da kuma shekaru 3 na makarantar babbar sakandare sai kuma shekaru 4 na babbar jami'a ko kuma kwaleji. Wannan kuwa yana ba da dama ga ɗalibai domin zaɓen hanyar ilimin boko ko kuma sana'a ko kuma hanyar fannin kimiyya da fasaha ko kuma zaɓar hanyar kasuwanci. Wani fitaccen malami a jihar Sokoto, Farfesa Mustapha na Makka Tukur, ya bayyana mana ɗimbin ci gaban da aka samu tun daga farko kawo wannan lokaci.
Mun ta samun shirarwa da dama waɗanda suka sa ilimi ya haɓaka a Najeriya. In kana magana kan yawan makarantu da yawan ɗaliban da ke zuwa makaranta da yawan ɗaliban da ke ƙare makaranta. Kuma dukkanin shiri na ilimi a ƙasa wanda ya samu mutane gogaggi kamar irin su Aminu Bello Kasarawa da ake ta magana a yanzu wanda ɗan hayan jihar Sokoto ne, Jelani Aliyu, Hajiya Amina Zubair, su Ingozi Okunjoyela waɗanda a mataki na duniya sanannun masana ne wanda kuma duka a cikin tsarin ilimi na jihar Sokoto koko a Najeriya suka fita. Don haka dole mu ce an ci gaba kuma muna da shirye-shiryen ilimi kuma muna da ainihin ilimi mai kwari a Najeriya.
Duk da dai waɗannan ci gaban da aka samu, tsarin ilimin Najeriya yana fuskantar ƙalubale da dama waɗanda suka haɗa da rashin isasshen kayan aiki da kuma rashin wuri mai kyau domin gudanar da karatu da kuma matsalar kuɗaɗe. Gwamnatin jihar Sokoto kuwa na iya ƙoƙarinta wajen ganin cewa ta samar da wuri mai kyau da kuma kayayyakin aiki tare da tsare-tsare da kuma shirye-shirye masu inganci domin samar da ingantaccen ilimi. Domin magance waɗannan ƙalubalai da ake fama da su a fannin ilimi, masana irin su Dr. Masur Isa Buhari sun bayar da shawarwari na yadda za a bi domin kaucewa waɗanda suka haɗa da samar da isasshen kayan aiki da kuma tsari mai kyau wajen gudanar da harkokin ilimi da kuma daidaita hanyoyin ilimi zuwa koyon sana'o'i da kimiyya da fasaha da kuma koyar da kasuwanci da kuma tallafa ma ma'aikata ɓangaren ilimi da kuma samar da tsari mai kyau ga hanyoyin ilimi.
Tsarin ilimin na Najeriya gaskiya yana da ɗan matsala saboda tsohon tunani muka amfani da shi. Na ji wani masani na cewa irin tsarin ilimin da muka amfani da shi Najeriya yau Turawa sun aje shi tun wuraren 1960s. Sun mai da hankali ga tsarin ilimin da fitira da basiran mutane aka so ba wai takardu ba. Yau kana ganin mutum ya kare da first class a computer science amma in ka buɗe mai computer ka ce shi maka wani aiki da ita bai san da za shi ba.
Dr. Buhari ya kuma ƙara da jaddada buƙatar mayar da hankali kan ɓangaren kimiyya da fasaha musamman wajen samar da na'urar zamani mai aiki da ƙwaƙwalwa domin tabbatar da an samar da ilimin na'ura mai ƙwaƙwalwa zuwa ga ƙananan yara.
Saboda yanzu zamani ya wuce tunanin wai mina na aga takarda a kan zana ma yara fara ga allo ana cewa ga ta nan ga fara take a'a gwada musu aka yi ga hili su tahe su kama fara su aiki da ita su ga wadda taka abin nan ka diba ga tsarin ilimi na China. Yare 'yan primary school lab aka sa su suna kireta abu da hannunsu.
Domin samar da kyakkyawar makoma ga ilimin Najeriya, akwai buƙatar ɗaiɗaikun mutane, al'umma, gwamnatoci da kuma masu ruwa da tsaki da kowa ya bada cikakkar gudunmawa ta hanyar haɗin kai da kuma sauke nauyin da ya rataya akan kowa domin ganin an cimma haƙa mai kyau. Ta hanyar magance waɗannan ƙalubalai da kuma yin aiki tare, ƙasar Najeriya za ta iya gina ingantaccen tsarin ilimi wanda zai amfani al'umma masu tasowa a yanzu. Abdulrashid Data Buhari, labaran Alu TV. Tuwanin ma dai mun labarto muku cewar 1 ga watan Oktoban wannan shekarar ya kasance rana ce wacce Najeriya ta yi bikinta na cikar shekaru 64 da samun 'yancin kai. Hukumar gidan talabijin ta ƙasa reshen jihar Sokoto wato NTA ta bi dubun dubatar al'umma wajen bikin wannan ranar inda ɗalibai da dama daga cikin faɗin jihar Sokoto suka tattaru a harabar hukumar domin bikin wannan ranar. Wurin wannan bikin dai an gabatar da ababe da dama daga ɗaliban wanda ya bayyana irin ƙauna da kuma jajircewa da soyayyar da suke wa ƙasar. Wakiliyar Maisha Abdullahi Aminu ta kasance wurin wannan taron kuma tana ɗauke da ƙarashin wannan rahoton.
Bikin ranar 'yancin kai da aka yi a jihar Sokoto ya nuna irin jajircewa da al'umma ke yi na nuna kishi da haɗin kan ƙasa ga matasa. Wannan taron na shekara-shekara ya zama abin tunawa duba da yadda abubuwa ke gudana a ƙasar nan na samun 'yancin kai da kuma muhimmancin haɗin kai a tsakanin al'umma. Shugaban makarantu masu zaman kansu a jihar Sokoto, Alhaji Ahmad Esfada, ya ce a yayin da ake murnar wannan ci gaban, akwai buƙatar a jajirce da karrama nasarorin da aka samu domin ci gaban ƙasa a yanzu da ma nan gaba. Ƙari da bayyana wasu manyan nasarorin da aka samu a fannin ilimi.
Dama ko shi muna da shirarruwan da muke yi na haɗa ƙarfi tare da NTA Sokoto Network Center, kamar lokutan bukukuwan yara da kuma al'adun gargajiya da kuma samun 'yancin ƙasa. So ba sabon abu ba ne, mun fahimci cewa muna da abubuwa waɗanda suka yi daidai da manufar kafa ita kanta NTA wajen ba da ilimi da faɗakarwa. To don shi kaga ko shi muna haɗa ƙarfi da gwiwa wajen yin ayyuka tare da su, kuma insha Allah za mu ci gaba da yin wannan.
Sanata Aliyu Magatakardawa Mako, wanda ya samu wakilcin mai ba da shawara kan harkokin yaɗa labarai, wato Bashar Abubakar, ya nuna matuƙar jin daɗinsa da ganin wannan rana, inda ya ja hankalin yara masu tasowa da su yi karatu tukuru domin su zama jakadu na gari ga al'umma.
A madadin mai girma Sanata Aliyu Magatakardawa Mako yana taya Najeriya, 'yan Najeriya da ɗalibai da kuma jihar Sokoto baki ɗaya murnar cika shekara 64 da samun 'yancin kai na wannan ƙasar. Kamar da ka bayyana, da girma sanita yana da buri ganin cewa yara sun samu ilimi kyakkyawa a ƙara, saboda haka duk inda ake waɗansu bukukuwa da girma sanita zai ƙoƙari shi shiga ciki, musamman na ƙarfafa ma yara a ɓangaren ilimi.
A cikin saƙonta na fatan alkhairi a madadin gwamna Ahmad Aliyu, mai ba da shawara na musamman kan al'umma mazauna jihar da ma 'yan gudun hijira, Maryam Suleiman, ta taya ɗaukacin al'ummar jihar Sokoto murna, tare da yin addu'a ga gwamnati da al'ummar jihar Sokoto domin ci gaba da samun zaman lafiya a gaba.
Da matasa da yara da ka taso yanzu kowa ya hakuri, gaggawa bai kawo sauki, in an ka yi hakuri za a ci maguri. Ka gani kaman wanda ka gani harkan babanmu sarki amma Sokoto ba harka gaggawa ba ne, harka ne na nasuwa na hakuri, kuma duk wanda ya tashi kakashin shi bai je abin da bai kamata ba.
An gudanar da zaman muhawara kan tsadar rayuwa a Najeriya. Wa za a zarga, gwamnati ko al'ummar ƙasa? Inda masu tafkan muhawarar suka ba da misalai masu ƙarfi akan batutuwan da suka shafi ilimi, tsaro da kawar da tallafin man fetur da dai sauransu. Abokan karawar dai sun goyi bayan zaɓinsu da dalilai masu ƙarfi da ma'ana. An gudanar da raye-raye masu ƙayatarwa daga al'adu daban-daban wanda ke nuna zaman lafiya da haɗin kai a ƙasar. Wanda ya nuna cewa domin samun haɗin kai a Najeriya dole ne a haɗu baki ɗaya. Sun bayyana hakan ne ta hanyar amfani da wani fitaccen karin magana na Hausa, wato tsintsiya maɗaurin ki ɗaya. Haka ma yaran sun gudanar da fareti da wasu ayyukan horaswa na sojin Najeriya domin nuna tasirinsu a ƙasar. Bikin dai ya nuna sha'awar yara masu tasowa ga tarihi da al'adun ƙasar nan, inda suka gudanar da fareti, ƙasidu, raye-raye da muƙaloli daban-daban. Ɗaliban sun nuna alfaharinsu na zama 'yan Najeriya tare da addu'o'i domin neman sauƙi ga ƙasarmu uwa ba da mama. Aisha Abdullahi Aminu, labaran Alu TV.
To duka a makon da ke shuɗewa dai mun labarto muku cewar an rantsar da shugaba da kuma mambobin da za su saurari ƙararrakin zaɓe wanda aka gudanar a jihar Sokoto na shugabancin ƙananan hukumomi a jihar Sokoto. A lokacin da yake gudanar da rantsar da wannan mambobi da kuma shugaban kwamitin, alƙalai na jihar Sokoto, alƙali Sa'idu Muhammad Sifawa, ya yi kira ga ɗaukacin waɗannan mutane da su tabbatar da cewa sun yi aiki tukuru domin sauke aikin da aka ba su.
I Muhammad Marafa do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as Chairman, Sokoto State Local Government Election Nigeria, I will discharge my duties and perform my functions.
Yayin rantsar da mambobin kotun da babban jojin jiha ya yi, an sanar da alƙalan uku daga shiyoyin daga gundumomi uku na jihar nan, waɗanda suka hada da Muhammad Marafa, Muhammad Bello Nura da kuma Janaidu Altine. Haka zalika an kuma rantsar da wasu mambobin kotun waɗanda suka hada da Abubakar Moyi, Abubakar Ladan Isa, Zulaiha Bello, Shamsiya Muhammad da Kabiru Umar da ma kuma Manir Abdullahi, da ke gabatar da jawabi yayin bikin wanda aka gudanar a kotu ɗaya da ke zama wani ɓangare na babbar kotun jiha. Babban jojin jiha mai shari'a Sa'idu Muhammad Sifawa ya taya waɗanda aka naɗa murna tare da ƙalubalantar su akan su dukufa wurin sauke wannan nauyi da aka rataya musu, domin kuwa babu lokacin da za a ɓata gabanin fara wannan aikin. Mai shari'a Sifawa ya ce wannan wani ɓangare ne na nauyin da kundin tsarin mulki ya rataya wa ɓangaren shari'a na kafa kotun sauraron ƙorafin 'yan takara a duk lokacin da aka gudanar da wani zaɓe domin ji daga ɓangarori daban-daban da suka shiga zaɓen. Ya ce wannan shine tsari da al'adar da dimokuraɗiyya ta gada domin tabbatar da cewa lokacin 'yan takarar da suka fafata a zaɓe an saurari ƙorafinsu tare da iya adalci ga kowane ɓangare. Babban jojin haka ma ya jaddada dukufar ɓangaren shari'a na jihar Sokoto wurin ci gaba da sauke nauyin da aka rataya masa. Ya ba da tabbacin cewa mambobin kotun da aka rantsar mutane ne waɗanda aka shaida da mutunci, inda ya kuma daɗa taya su murna akan wannan naɗin nasu. Ya kuma ƙalubalance su da su nuna da'ar aiki da aka shaidi ɓangaren shari'a da shi da kuma mutunci a daidai lokacin da suke gudanar da aikinsu, tare da yin kira da su guji nuna duk wani ɓangaranci ko son rai yayin da suke aiwatar da wannan aikin. A nata kalamai, magatakardar wannan kotun Mariya Haruna Dogon Daji ta bayyana cewa babban jojin jiha ya ɗibarwa wannan kotun kwanaki 90, don haka ake sa ran su kammala wannan aiki a cikin wannan lokacin da aka ɗibar musu. Kuwa babban lauyan gwamnati Barista Nasir Muhammad Benji, wanda shi ma ya shaidi bikin rantsar da mambobin kotun, da cewa doka ce ta tanadi duk lokacin da aka gudanar da zaɓe a kafa irin wannan kotu wacce za ta saurari ƙorafi daga kowane ɓangare domin tabbatar da an yi wa kowa adalci. Kwamishinan ya ce waɗanda aka zaƙulo aka kuma rantsar da su akan wannan aiki alƙalai ne na kotun majistare ta jiha, yayin da wasunsu ma'aikata ne a ma'aikatar shari'a ta jiha. Don haka ya yi amannar cewa suna da ƙwarewa da kuma damar da za su iya aiwatar da wannan aiki kamar yadda ake bukata.
Su shamomin su uku magistrate ne, suna shari'a dare da rana. Masu bi musu ma'aikata ne na Ministry of Justice ko hukumar ma'aikatar shari'a ta jiha, su ma suna bisa aikinsu dare da rana. Masu bi musu alƙalai ne na kotunan shari'a, su ma suna bisa aikinsu dare da rana. Saboda haka ba wannan ɗin shari'a suka yi ba, dare da rana suna bisa aiki. Saboda haka mutane ne kuma waɗanda al'umma gaba ɗaya na jiha sun amince da su domin su da ke gudanar da aikin shari'a a jihar Sokoto.
Ƙwarya-ƙwaryar bikin ya sami halartar babban sakatare na ma'aikatar shari'a da kuma shugabar ƙungiyar lauyoyi ta ƙasa reshen jihar Sokoto, Barista Rashida Muhammad, da lauyoyi daban-daban da ke aiki a ɓangarori daban-daban na shari'a a wannan jihar. Ƙarshen wannan rahoton kenan. Nasir Abubakar Kiri, labaran Alu TV.
So duka makon da ke shuɗewa dai mun labarto muku cewar hukumar nan mai kula da sha'anin ƙananan hukumomi da kuma masarautu ta jihar Sokoto ta jagoranci wani jan zama na musamman wanda ya kasance tsakanin kantomomin riko da kuma sabbin shugabannin ƙananan hukumomi da aka zaɓa a jihar Sokoto. Wakilinmu Jamilu Musa Shanu ya rawaito mana cewar wannan gagarumin zama dai ya nuna irin zimmar da ake da ita wajen ganin cewa duka daukacin ƙananan hukumomin jihar Sokoto sun samu gagarumin ci gaba. Ga rahoton nasa.
A yayin taron, Kwamishina Ibrahim Dade ya jaddada muhimmiyar rawar da ma'aikatar ke takawa wajen sa ido akan ayyukan ƙananan hukumomi, tare da samar da wani muhimmin dandali na tattaunawa kan matsalolin da al'ummomin yankin ke fuskanta. Ya ƙara da cewa ingantaccen shugabanci a matakin ƙananan hukumomi yana da matuƙar muhimmanci, inda ya jaddada himmar ma'aikatar wajen taimakawa ƙananan hukumomi don gudanar da ayyuka masu muhimmanci da kuma inganci ga al'umma.
Wannan taro mun kira shi ne a matsayin muna gida guda domin mu san juna, sannan mu jawo hankalinsu ga abin da ya kamata su yi a ƙananan hukumominsu. Mun gaya musu cewa sun ɗauki alƙawla, kuma alƙawlan nan dole a cika su. Sun gaya mutane ko jama'ansu cewa za su yi musu ayyuka, don haka ya zama wajibi gare su in sun koma su yi ayyukan nan da suka ɗauki alƙawalan za su. Kuma muna musu fatan alheri, kuma muna roƙon Allah shi ba su ikon yin haka din.
Kwamishinan ya kuma yi amfani da wannan dama wajen nuna jin daɗinsa kan gudunmuwar da kantomomin suka bayar, inda ya yaba da hubbasar da suka yi da ƙoƙarin ciyar da al'umma gaba a tsawon wa'adinsu.
To, kantomomi gwargwado sun yi aiki abin da ya kamata, kuma muna yaba musu akan abin da suka yi, domin dukkan abubuwan da ya kamata su yi gwargwadon ikonsu sun yi. Kuma alhamdulillahi muna godiya ga Allah da ya gwada mana cewa an wannan zaɓe lafiya, kuma an kare shi lafiya. Hakika a kantomi sun yi kokari, kuma na roƙon Allah ya saka musu.
Zababbun shugabannin ƙananan hukumomi 23 da kantomomin da suka gabata ne suka halarci taron, tare da samar da yanayin haɗin gwiwa da tattaunawa. Ƙarshen rahoton kenan. Jamilu Musa Mai Shanu, labaran Alu TV.
So duka makon da ke shuɗewa ne mun labarto muku cewa a shekaru 64 da samun 'yancin kai na ƙasar Najeriya, ƙasar ta samu gagarumin ci gaba ta fannin sha'anin kimiyya da fasaha da kuma ƙirƙira, wanda ya tabbatar da cewa ƙasar ita ce jagora a nahiyar Afirka baki ɗaya. Daga cikin misalan da za a bayar kuwa a ɓangaren sha'anin kimiyya da fasaha da kuma ƙirƙira a ƙasar Najeriya ya kasance cewa samar da ma'aikatar kula da kimiyya da fasaha musamman a jihar Sokoto, wacce take samun jagoranci daga hukumar nan ta kula da sha'anin kimiyya da fasaha mai suna NIDDA ta ƙasa. Wakilin mu Naziru Alhaji Sani ya rawaito mana cewa ofishin wannan hukuma a jihar Sokoto ya samu haɓaka ne a lokacin gwamnatin Aliyu Magatakardawa Mako, wanda yake bayyana jajircewar gwamnatin wajen haɓaka sha'anin kimiyya da fasaha a jihar. Ga rahoton nasa.
Ƙirƙirarriyar kimiyya wato technology a turanci ta yi matuƙar tasiri a rayuwarmu ta ɓangarori da dama da suka shafi ilimi, lafiya, noma, tsaro da sadarwa. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign fatherland. A zamanin farko na 'yancin kan ƙasar Najeriya, ƙirƙirarriyar kimiyyar da ake amfani da ita wadda ba ta da wasu tsayin dokoki daga ɓangarorin hukumomin da suke da alhakin yin wannan aiki a ƙarƙashin hukumar sadarwa ta ƙasa. Malam Akindolo ya bayyana cewa na'ura mai ƙwaƙwalwa ta farko da aka fara gani a Najeriya ita ce wadda aka yi amfani da ita a wurin ƙidayar jama'a na ƙasa. A lokacin mulkin soji, hukumar sadarwa ta ƙasar ta fara ɗaukaka ta hanyoyi daban-daban waɗanda suka haɗa da hukumar tace bayanai ta ƙasa ta Najeriya da kuma hukumar sadarwa ta ƙasa, waɗanda a lokacin ba sa da wasu ƙa'idoji muhimmai. A shekarar 1999, hukumar sadarwa ta ƙasa ta yi iya ƙoƙarinta wurin ganin cewa an saka ƙa'idoji da dokoki a ɓangaren sadarwa da kuma samar da hukumar haɓaka ɓangaren sadarwa na ƙasar baki ɗaya. Tun kafin wannan lokaci dai a Najeriya, kiran wayar salula ma na ɗaya daga cikin abubuwa masu ƙalubale a ɓangaren kimiyya. Bayan da aka bayar da lasisin gudanarwa ga kamfanoni, an fara samun ci gaba a ɓangaren sadarwa a cikin ƙasar Najeriya. Gwamnatin Najeriya ta karɓi kimiyyar sadarwa a matsayin babban abin da zai taimaka mata a wurin ci gaba a ɓangarori da dama, waɗanda suka haɗa da ilimi, kiwon lafiya, noma da ma ayyuka. Najeriya tana ɗaya daga cikin ƙasashen Afirka waɗanda suke sawun gaba a ɓangaren kasuwancin kimiyyar sadarwa, wanda akalla take da kaso 82 na masu amfani da kafar sadarwa na nahiyar Afirka. Babban sakataren hukumar kirkira da kuma tattalin arziki ta zamani ta jihar Sokoto, Dr. Nasir Daniya, ya yaba da cigaban da kirkirarriyar kimiyya take samu a Najeriya.
Wanda za a iya cewa Najeriya ta shiga gaba ciki. Bayan an yi wannan digital economy din, ina ganin kusan in ban yi kure ba, duk Afirka ban san wata Afirka ta yamma da muke. Ta kudu ta yamma, Afirka ta yamma, babu wata ƙasa wadda ta riga mu wannan tanadi wannan Ministry of Communication.
A arewacin Najeriya, ofishin farko da aka fara budewa na sadarwa a jihar Sokoto an kaddamar da shi ne a shekarar 1999 tun kafin kaddamar da hukumar haɓaka sadarwa ta ƙasa. Ofishin dai ya samu ɗaukaka da dama a lokacin gwamnatin Gabna Aliyu Magatakardawa Makko, inda ya samu sauye-sauye da dama. Gwamnati mai ci a wannan lokaci ta fito da shirarwa da dama na haɓaka kimiyya a cikin jihar ta hanyar ƙirƙiro hukumar ƙirƙira da tattalin arziki ta zamani a cikin jihar, haka zalika da zamowarta jiha ta farko da ta fara gabatar da ƙudurin kafa cibiyar ƙirƙirarriyar fasaha ta yanki a majalisar ƙasa.
Gwamnatin mai girma a Aliyu Sokoto ta ba da approval na cewa a ƙirƙiro doka wadda za ta establishing Sokoto Information and Communication Technology Development Agency a jiha, wanda kirkiro ta ba karamin dama ya bude ma matasa ba da hukumai. Za a samu dama ta ƙarin kudaden shiga na revenue a jiha, saboda doka ce wadda tabba wannan wuri dama yadda za a harmonizing a yi tsari mai kyau. Yanzu in ka tai cikin Sokoto barkatai za ka yi ko ina.
Ɗaya daga cikin 'yan jihar Sokoto, Jelani Aliyu, ya taka muhimmiyar rawa wurin cigaban ƙirƙirarriyar kimiyya a Najeriya ta hanyar ƙirƙiro da motar farko mai amfani da wutar lantarki a Najeriya, haka zalika da kuma kafa wurin saka mata caji a cikin jihar Sokoto. Waɗanda muka zanta da su a yayin haɗa wannan rahoto sun bayyana muna yadda kimiyyar zamani ta sauya rayuwarsu.
Najeriya ƙasar mu ce, ƙasar mu ta gado ce, saboda haka dole mu yi abubuwa da aka kawo da ci gaba da samun karɓuwa wajen al'ummar duniya gabaki ɗaya.
Cikin shekaru 64 da Najeriya ta yi da 'yancin kai, ta samu ci gaba a ɓangarori da dama na ƙirƙirarriyar kimiyya. Naziru Alhaji Sani, labaran Alu TV.
To duka iya abin da muka samu damar kawo muku kenan a wannan makon, da fatar kun ji daɗin kasancewa da wannan shirin. Idan haka ne ku tare mu a wani mako domin ganin muhimman ababen da za mu zo muku da su. A madadin waɗanda suka taimaka domin ganin wannan shirin ya zo muku, ni Abdulrashid Rata Buhari nake cewa mu kasance lafiya.
This moment, Simon Otoraki, please, dance again for them. Now welcome. All of the service chiefs, please. The presence in our midst this moment. Is announcing the arrival of the... Thank you. Orderliness, because part of the program in earnest. Thank you. The front row of the seats, the distinguished members of the high table, take their positions on the front row, please. Lower high table, please. Take seats across. We want to recognize Chairman Idris Umar. You're welcome. Of the Chairman, House Committee for the time. Thank you. We will be very, have been told, a former president, His Excellency, Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, please. We all, the Senate President, His Excellency Madu, Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. Please. We also have on the high table, Right Honorable the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Tola Shehu Yaradua. You have to clap for him, please. An honorary Abubakar retort. On the high table, the distinguished guest lecturer, the Chief of Defense Staff, Air Chief Marshal, that's a representation. We also have on the high table the Chairman, Regular Post 18, Nigerian Defense together for Air Commodore Olufemi. Coordination of the high table was going on. Some dignitaries, pioneer of the servant of Niger State. Please put hands together for executive governors of Murtala Nyako. Your hands together for him, please. Thank you for kindly informed. Staff is unavoidably absent. Your hands together for him. Bayelsa State is very much around. You have to give temporary place. Actually, Dr. Martin, the Chief of Excellence. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك وتبارك اسمك وتعالى ولا اله الا انت لا اله الا انت سبحانك انا كنا من المجرمين وان لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكون من الخاسرين. Governors of states, Director General of other states are still present. His Eminence during the recent ethno-religious crises that engulf sections of our great nation, Nigeria. He has been described as an agent of life and decency in a season ruled by death and unreason. A traditional ruler who projects a moral gravitas much more than he exudes royal pomp. In his eminence, both kingship, lordship, and indeed generalship are all interfused. Distinguished and honorable members, Your Excellencies, Your Royal Majesties and Highnesses, the prestigious National Institute and academic on its right.
CFR, Your Excellencies, distinguished and honorable members, honorable Minister of State of Defense, Issue is here representing himself. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. You are welcome, sirs. Well, as I was introduced, my name is Air Commodore Olufemi to retire, a distinguished member of the 18th Corps of July 1975 set. I deliver my welcome address. It is with great pleasure and honor, members of 18 regular corps of the Nigerian Defense Academy, July 1975 set, welcome you all to this distinguished gathering. We started our military career as young men, way back 35 years ago. We were over 150 in number in the July 1975 set, comprising of the regular corps and the short service counterpart from the various parts of the country who started the military training at the same time through various means. Ladies and gentlemen, some were lost through illnesses, motor accidents, and a high number through the unfortunate Ejibo C-130 air crash. However, it is gratifying to note that some of us reached the peak of our military career, attaining the rank of Major General or its equivalent in the Navy and the Air Force. So, surpassed all expectations and was bestowed with the highest honor in the spiritual world. He became the spiritual leader in the Islamic realm of Nigeria. This is the distinguished gentleman we are hosting and honoring today. Please join me to welcome our coursemate, His Eminence, Brigadier General Retired Muhammad Saad Abubakar, 3, CFR, member of National Institute, the Sultan of Sokoto. This is a man who, despite his enthronement as Christian as 3 years ago, swiftly carved a niche for himself to the point that he had already been recognized as a motivated harmony leader and peace leader in the country. In celebrating this gentleman with blue blood, who is one of our own, we have put together this special lecture titled Traditional Institutions and Nation Building, Dialectics of Tradition and Modernity, as our little and humble way of honoring His Eminence. This lecture will be delivered by no other person than respectable, distinguished academic, Professor Jonah Isawa Elani, President,
CON represented, Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Honorable members of the Federal Executive Council here present, the Chief of Defense Staff, Service Chiefs and the Inspector General of Police represented, Chief Executives, Controller Generals, Commandant Generals of Paramilitary Services and agencies here present, former President Alu Shagari, of handling the scripts containing the resume of one of ours on this very important occasion. For me, indeed, it's an onerous task. It is therefore my singular honor and privilege to humbly present the citation of one of the illustrious sons of this great country, the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Alhaji Muhammad Sa'ad Abu Bakr III, CFR, MNI. It was August 24th, 1956. The imperial palace of the very powerful Sokoto Sultanate Sokoto received an added blessing as Hajia Fatima, one of the wives of the reigning Sultan Abu Bakr III, gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. He was named Muhammad Sa'ad Abu Bakr on the 7th day, in line with Islamic injunction, without any special feast. Before Sa'ad's birth, his father already had several children, male and female. He came into this world at bathed with blue blood flowing through his veins. Quietly, he followed the course of his growth and development from childhood to adulthood, and quietly, he moved up the ladder of life with landmarks unsung. As peculiar with his father's simple and humble lifestyle, Sa'ad was made to grow through thick and thin, like the ordinary man's child in a typical Muslim home, without being obsessed with the arrogance and pride of royal trademark. Those who knew Sa'ad's upbringing described him as a replica of his father's uncommon degree of simplicity as he followed the various chapters of the book of his lifeline, word by word, without missing any page. Islam made it compulsory for all the Muslim, male and female, to seek for knowledge with the method of reciting the Quran, and gradually other subjects such as Hadith, Islamic sciences, and Arabic literature are added as the child advances. Sa'ad, like the other children, began his journey with this vast land of knowledge at less than 3 years of age. Before the age of 6, he had already learned the Quran. He then proceeded to Sultan Ward Primary School, Sokoto, to begin his formal primary education. In 1970, Sa'ad went to the famous Barewa College Zaria, where he had his secondary education. Authentic remarks from the college showed that he was above average in
my young people call you the digital sultan, that you go on digitalizing Nigeria in terms of nation building. Those of us who are people like me are BBC. That means born before computers. So I only this Yahoo and Google generation know it. When they turn around and say, no, this is a digital sultan, not a normal sultan, I said, okay, thank you. From the cradles of Fulani royalty, through the molding embrace of Islamic and Western education, still in the crucible of discipline and brand building, emerged a professional military officer determined to serve his country. Obeying, courteous and easygoing, without the traditional symbolic paraphernalia of royalty and consciousness of status deep in the core of the Danfodio dynasty, he related with his friends and colleagues at the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies with ease. Widely traveled through the world on courses and as on duty, this young man grew up like every other Nigerian. Picking up from his gentle father, he exhibited humility and simplicity, demonstrable candor and sincerity, a widening horizon of perception and respect for others, their sensibilities and traditions, an incurably firm belief in territorial integrity of Nigeria and the brotherhood of all Nigerians, irrespective of ethnic, religious, and racial divide, and a crusader for peace, stability of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This was the man God, as atheists would call it, fate, forced to retreat from the military in the modern sector into the depths of tradition. Was this an uncanny coincidence? To man, yes, but to God, there is no such thing as coincidence. Muhammad Saad Abubakar became Sultan Abubakar III in November 2006. In this position, he combined political hegemony of the old caliphate with the spiritual leadership of all Muslims in Nigeria. An apparently modernized but yet bipolar international polity, Saad Abubakar III operates in a unipolar digital world of technological revolution with its attendant communication revolution, a world without borders. This new world poses basic challenges to nation building. We have found in this new world in which Nigeria is building a nation out of a state, dominant Western values which we have imbibed. We have moved from the Coca-Colanization of the world to the CNNization of the world. Colonization of the world by the Al Jazeeranization of the world. But unfortunately, this is dominated by Western correspondence. And we find that we have moved over the years because of the technological revolution and communication revolution from cards through codes to microchips.
Members of the 18 course, as they gave us highlights of the Sultan of Sokoto we know as a cadet way back in 1975. The distinguished lecturer has given us an academic perspective of who he thinks he is and we believe he is. The organizers have deemed it necessary to create a forum for other distinguished members of the audience here to, through goodwill messages, give us their own perspective. And I would like to start in no specific order. Request the representative of the Senate President to take the lead in this regard and invite the distinguished Senator Ekrem Madu to please come and give us, from the National Assembly perspective, his goodwill message and what he thinks of him. I understand we are constrained by time. I know that the distinguished senator has noted that the time is well spent. Thank you, sir.
Please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Let me first thank the distinguished lecturer for the very thought-provoking lecture he delivered this evening. But before I go further, let me also seek your permission to complain about the master of ceremony, who has consistently undermined my authority as acting chairman. Senator David Mark, the Senate President, actually is the chairman of this event. Before he left for Otubo this morning, he sent a written communication to me, designating me as acting chairman. And he has failed to recognize this position. But because he had just very few minutes to complete his term, I will leave 1 hour and get him fired. I'm here wearing two caps. One is representing the Senate President, and then here in my personal capacity. So you might see an Idoma and Igbo cap. So depending on how I just hear in this discourse, I will believe I will take it home and make appropriate use of it for the best interest of our country. Thank you.
I didn't think I was going to be called upon to say a word here because Chairman was also going to here. But since I've been called upon to say a word or two, I think all I will say is to thank the organizers of this unique event, people of this regular politicians of the Nigerian Film Academy, for making this wonderful day, which we will forever remember in the rest of our lives. In doing this, I'll just be emphasize how I feel about this event. And I said this is an event for me because the Sultan is somebody I know at an earlier age. He's somebody who had been working together even before he became the Sultan. He's the Sultan, but my father was also a kingmaker of the Sultan Council of Sokoto. So now we're working together. He's my spiritual leader. We have a lot in common, and I found him very, very worthy partner in running affairs of the state and even on other issues that affect our dear country. So I think all I will say once again is to commend the others of this unique lecture, the guest lecturer, and all people who volunteered or who chose to come from far and near to make this day a great day, a unique day, a day that will belong be remembered. Assalamu alaikum.
All protocols observed. Assalamu alaikum. Well, the Senate President has spoken through the Deputy Senate President on behalf of the National Assembly. Today is not the day for the Speaker to speak. We have listened to the lecture from our dear Professor. My wish is that God grants Sultan of Sokoto many more years to render services to our nation. Thank you.
All that could be said today had been said, but I only come because of my common bond with the Sultan and the Sultanate, and indeed with the lecturer of today. When my neighbor sitting there felt that the professor had been speaking, he pushed me as if you are the one there. I said, I have learned under him. He was my boss at the National Council on Intergovernmental Relations, and I drew from his wisdom. And I'm very happy that, one, he did not pretend to any traditional rulership, and he was able to say it on balance. But the main reason why I want to talk today is that some 43 years ago, somebody, and today I found out, and I don't know why I didn't look for it, because of his uniqueness, because God has already endowed him and was preparing him to be the Sultan of Sokoto. I had always felt that he was older than me. Even when he pushed me in the classroom 43 years ago, I was looking for a chance to revenge. I did not get it. And then when we met at Umrah, I thought that was not the best place to revenge. At that time, he was in Pakistan, and I was a permanent secretary. And when we went to perform tawaf, and we had some discussions, believe me, our discussions have all come to pass. So, Sultan Muhammad Saad, we used to call him Sada in the primary school, had about 4 or 5 of his brothers in the class, in the same class. One of them is already here, Muazu. Muazu, because we share a common name, we were closer, so we thought Sada was our senior. That is why when he pushed me, I didn't revenge that time. And I told you there were already about 5 or 6 of them. And if I had revenge, all he needed to do was to wink. And I know I wouldn't be going home with my dress proper. Believe me, the Sultan, not only a gentleman, but a proper fix of tradition and modernity. The only Sultan with one wife, like the chief servant. That is an important message in a Muslim community that does not respect the Sharia and keeps on doing so many things by bringing cultural things into the religion. Many countries have already operationalized Sharia. Before you even marry a second one, the first one must agree because there are conditions. So that's why I said he's a modern one. So modern that he has 4 children, and I thought I was a modern one with the 6 children. We pray, sir, that you live long enough. You recall I told you that when you were moving from one place to the other, many of us were happy because you're building bridges. But I know a prince who is not destined and would not ascend the throne of his great-grandfathers, who was so annoyed that the Sultan was moving from one place to the other. I said, be careful, sir. You remember that was the 2 of us, but I will not mention the details. Sir, please continue the way you have started. Everybody has picked up, and like Professor Elagu said, with education, in my state there are 8 areas. Believe me, you have mentioned the general, there was a university registrar, and all of them, they are so distinguished, and now we rely more on them for the political structure. But the only point I will pick it up, and I'm sure we'll mix that, the only point that I will pick is that everybody who stands up now gets a chance to abuse the politicians. Yes, there are bad ones, and we are learning. The first 8 years, many people were afraid, so only the contractors and those who had nothing to do got elected. But now that people have more confidence, I believe that better hands are coming, and we hope the political touts and the political struggles and allow the politicians like our father, who I also had opportunity to learn from when I was 28 years old and I was a member of the House of Reps. They gave us a speaker in the middle bed. But being young man and non-politician as it was, I didn't know they had already zeroed where they were going to pick a speaker of the House of Representatives. So I thought I could present myself. I don't know whether he will remember, and he looked at me and said, wait for your turn. We had already chosen Benjamin Chaha. Thank you very much.
Sultan, his last position.
And being the president of Women National Council of Women Societies, Nasarawa State, then, before I emerged as a national president, I used to ginger them anytime we had presentations. There was a day I cracked a joke. He said, NCWS, that's how he used to call me. Don't worry, one day you will not talk to me like this. And behold, it was barely after 2 weeks, I was in Abuja politicking when I saw that incidents of the plane crash, I said, God. I rushed back to Nips, but before I reached Nips, the Emirates had gone to pick him to Sokoto. Now, after the installation, we went to greet him, said, Ramatu, can you talk to me like this? I said, no, Your Eminence. In fact, the guest speaker has said it all. All I have to say is, if northern men can marry one wife and have 4 children, we will not have Almajiris roaming the streets.
Your Excellency, Alexio Shagari, I will stop there on protocol. Permit me to do that, please. His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, I knew over 40 years ago. Not in NDA, as the MC mentioned, but we were classmates in Maria College. So I knew him as far back as then. A great footballer who subsequently became the football captain of the college. I didn't play football, I played basketball. But we had a meeting point because he was also a great fives player, as this game fives. He was excellent in that game. I want to be honest with you that as young boys, most of us didn't even know that he was the son of Sultan. Unlike, we had Borea College was an elite school, and we had many of similar background, whom you could easily tell by the way they behaved. But he was somebody who was different. He never showed it. And I think it was around Form 3 that I even knew that he was son of Sultan. So this shows how humble he was.
He is a great builder. He encourages us. Just like about 10 days ago, I was on a royal visit to Zamfara. He encouraged me, he said, go to Zamfara and pass through Sokoto. I passed through, he said, go to Zamfara so that people will see you. And I can tell you, when I went to Zamfara, I don't see people, I was looking for people who their hands are caught. I don't see anybody. You see, these are the advantage of inter-visits. So Sultan encourages inter-royal visits. So I thank God that at this time, we have someone like His Eminence Sultan of Sokoto. Thank you very much.
Reminds me when I was in the military, we have a law standing instruction that a junior cannot comment on his senior. In those days, when we were in the military, I could easily comment on His Eminence, I can write this PR because I was a senior officer, but now he's the Sultan, the head of us all. So I cannot stand here and write this PR or comment on him. But I just assure him that as he is carrying the flag of his forebearers extended to us through our forebearers from Sokoto through Gwandu up to Nubeland. We will continue to carry that flag very high, Your Eminence. I pray for Almighty Allah for long life, prosperity, and peace and development of this country. Thank you and God bless you.
With that royal goodwill message, I have come to the end of my role.
Very, very good friend to me. Somebody who has been very, very dear to me. Very, very dear to my mother since the moment of his installation. as a young man, I've often said, the future of this country is in the youth. The Sultan has shown me that we can be a very, very great nation by reaching out from across the north.
I want to invite S.U. Umari, Federal War College to the high table.
And the presentations. Now, and then after the vote of thanks, we will do the rest. For now, Minister of State for Affairs. We give our guest speaker tonight, Professor Elaki, the Royal Highness, Dr. Izzy, minor.
Few words will not to say in his vote of thanks speech. But I want to take this opportunity to thank Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for his blessing on all of us here, for making it possible for us to be here to share this occasion in peace and in unity. I want to extend my special thanks to members of the 10th regular combatant course of the Nigerian Defense Academy, which I so proudly claim as my own, and also they do so, for organizing this. What I have not heard from anybody here, how this letter came to be. I'll take 1 minute to tell you, if you appreciate how some military minds work. One day approached me that they want to force me for a reception. Force me to a reception to mark my departure from the green uniform to my turban. I said, reception is a common thing. All you do is come and stand or sit, eat and drink and go away. So we discussed and said, look, let's organize a lecture that will be beneficial to this country. And they all got there and said, oh yes, you have got it right. And that's how we came to selecting this lecture instead of just a common reception where you sit and drink. And I know so many of us here benefited so much from Professor Elijah's lecture, because I believe so much he gave to us were not known to so many of us. And that is what we call our own contribution to nation building. The second point is whoever thinks, or rather, those of us who gather here this evening, if we are listening to people who claim or who feel we should divide our Nigeria into 1 million states so as to live in peace, that person or those people need to come here and see the turnout here from across the country, because so many of us here would have needed visa to be here this evening, but we didn't need visa, and we all sat down here happily together. So everybody thinks Nigeria can be divided based on ethnic lines, based on religious lines. That person is not, or needs his head to be examined, because it will not be right. And I'm telling you here, it's the conviction of so many people I have talked to from across this country, that we are much better off being together. Of course, there are problems, but I've said it so many times, the bonds that bind us together are much more than those that really separate us. And if in 365 days in a year, we live together for 360 days or for 340 days, and then we took about 10 days or 15 days of madness to kill some people somewhere, I think it's a very good person. Out of 365, we live together for 340 days or thereabouts. I think we are not doing badly. That's what people should look at. We are very close to one another. Look at all of us here. People from all over this country sitting together and saying the same thing without anybody pushing him or her to say what she said. And the last one, I've heard so many positive things said, but maybe because of my position, no negative things have been said. It's not possible for somebody to be 100% perfect. I started my 18 course mates to say some few negative things that we used to share together when we were in NDA. And when as officers, because this is a special day for all of us, because I haven't seen some of them for a long time, and today is the day Almighty chose for us to be here. So I want to thank all my distinguished brothers, especially my comrade governor, who so much believe in what we are doing as traditional rulers, and we are so proud of him. I want to thank the chairman of the Southeast Traditional Rulers Council for his belief in what traditional institution can do. And I want to thank the governor of Ebonyi State for finding time to be here. I'm selecting him personally because of so many things that happened in Ebonyi, which when he contacted me, we sorted it out. And that is what Nigeria is all about. We are here as one big family, and nobody will separate us. And finally, I want to thank the governor of Sokoto State for being very supportive of whatever we do. And I just need to pick my phone and say, look, Excellency, I'll listen to yes, sir. Because you know he speaks very fast, so he doesn't talk much. But those two words, yes, sir, I know. And they are moral boosters to all of us here. He has always been a very strong pillar of support to us, to all what we are doing. Members of the high table, I don't say more because you are high up here. You are on a better pedestal to see those down. We want to thank all of you, especially the acting chairman, who acted so well, but has to hand over to his boss and brief him tomorrow on what happened and ensure what we want to do about the constitutional laws of traditional rulers is done, and is done based on what we believe in. We don't want to be the first tier of government, no. We are only advisory. Because what we have been doing in the past for so many years, hundreds of years, from our forefathers down, is what we continue to do. Whether we're in constitution or not, we'll continue working for this country day and night. And night is past gone, and we're still working. And want to thank you for coming. We want to thank Almighty Allah for our lives together. And want to thank Almighty for giving us a country called Nigeria. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Without much ado, General O.A. Hejirika to give us a vote of
my mission to all of you, the measure of his humility and all that has been said about him has made my job very, very easy. Let me thank the Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Reps. We are highly honored. I want to thank the members of the National Assembly here present. In fact, the number I saw here, both senators of House of Rep members, are quite impressive and intimidating. Let me thank Council here present. I'm thanking our Miss Taisheto to be here. I cannot thank the Sultan to a lecture, to rise an annual lecture in honor of the Sultan so that the nation building could be fast-tracked. For this reason, we count on your continuous support. Let me thank the distinguished lecturer for his frankness in the lecture about almost most of the things he said. And I want to also thank those who have spoken all the kind words about the Sultan, particularly on his humility, loyalty, simplicity, forthrightness, and courage. I only disagree with the statement that he was quiet on the course. I said, no, that is not his eminence that I know, the kindness and other schedules. So on behalf of 18 regular course, I wish to thank you all for gracing this occasion and pray God to give you journey messages to your various destinations. Thank you and God bless.
I made an OA event. At the end of it all, the light refreshment and the foyer. So Father, we bless you today. We thank you, grant everyone mercies, and we go back to
Are you ready for the journey of knowledge, excellence, and success?
Northwest University Sokoto is a reputable learning institution for a learner. We prepare our students to discover a world of opportunities with our state-of-the-art facilities, renowned faculties spanning social sciences, health sciences, and standard art courses that includes LLB Law, MBBS Medicine and Surgery, B. NSC Nursing Science, B. SC Public Health, B. SC Medical Laboratory Science, B. MLS, B. SC Environmental Health, B. SC Pharmacology, B. SC Mass Communication, B. SC Information and Media Studies, and B. SC Public Relations. Join us at Northwest University Sokoto to embark on a journey of academic excellence and personal growth.
This is the home of knowledge, excellence, and success.
It takes a lot. It's more of psychology. You need lots of patience.
Young child, I know I didn't have a lot of problem of maybe going to school, but of course you cannot be in a school system without challenges.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Campus Life program. I am your host, Amina Hassan Gobi. Today we are diving into the vibrant world of tertiary education, exploring the experiences that shape the student's life. Also today we have special lineup for you, featuring the students who have just wrapped up their FYB celebrations. Before we dive into the program, let's break it down and know what does FYB stand for, or what does it mean. As it's been making waves on social media this week, and we are so curious to know what does FYB signify. Join me as we uncover answers and share the stories from these inspiring students. Don't forget, you can catch us on Alu TV Nigeria and stay updated through our social media platforms. I'm once again Amina Hassan Gumi, your host, and you?
I'm Ahmad Tijani Ibrahim, a final year student from Department of Mass Communication, University of Usman Dan Fodio.
I'm Saifullah Muhammad, also a final year student of Mass Communication Department at Usman Dan Fodio University, Sokoto.
Okay, our viewers, this program today is taking place at Al-Bishir Restaurant here in Sokoto State. Okay, before we dive into the program, let's start by knowing your personal experiences on campus.
Actually, thank you for this wonderful opportunity to be here. I'm really grateful. So, you know, campus life has to do with a lot of experiences. Exactly. And as a student, from the starting point to the time that you are about to graduate from the university, is a kind of story. If you are to write it, it will gonna be a book on itself. So, experiences, there are different, let me say, a lot of experiences that I am fortunate to experience, to witness. One of it I can say, coming to from Kano to Sokoto is a kind of experience, you understand? Coming to Sokoto, meeting new people, going to different places, understand? So it's a kind of experiences, meeting friends and new family. Exactly. I can call it new family. Of course. So it's a kind of good experiences. And of course, studying, getting the opportunity to study mass communication is a kind of, let me say, a blessing in disguise. And that will enable you to get experience as you go on to study the course. You will find a lot of opportunities, you understand? Being a journalist, studying journalism, getting experiences. For example, now the radio station in the university is a kind of new opportunity for the student there to learn. Radio. Of course, the campus radio is a kind of new opportunities for people there, for students to learn. So it's part of the experience.
Are you in politics?
Definitely, I'm in politics.
Departmental or?
I can say both, because currently I am the president of Makosa, Mass Communication Student Association.
That's
and
wonderful.
I'm assistant secretary in NACS, that is Kano National Association of Kano State Students. Okay. So getting such opportunity to engage into the campus politics is let me say, is a kind of experience. Because you don't know politics. Yes, you don't know politics, what politics is all about, until you come to the system and you understand what it is all about. Understand? And then apart from that, living in hostel is also a kind of experience. Yeah, because in hostel, you know, it's like, let me say, it's like a place where we will meet different people from different geographical locations, people who are not in the same boat as you. Maybe you like this, someone may dislike it, you understand? So maybe it's a kind of experience, because you must learn how to live with people peacefully. If not, you will be always having commotion, a kind of quarrel with people. So,
as you are interacting with different people.
Very good. So the kind of experiences in a nutshell is living in the school, engaging in politics, commingling with colleagues, friends, and the lecturers. It's a kind of a wow, let me say, relationship which I can never forget.
That is wonderful for you, Ahmed. Let's hear from Saifullah.
Okay. Yeah, the experience I can say experience in the university. It's like my colleague have already said it, because everything is also similar to what he said. But let me start from my UG one, from my arrival to Sokoto. Also, I arrived from Abuja to Sokoto. I could not forget it was cold season, where I experienced a cold that I have never experienced it in my life. So after that, I arrived at Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto. The experience I met in the university is firstly, where to register, how to get my confirmation before knowing my department. We went to a huge hall, which is HF3 at Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, where I met over 500 students waiting for their confirmation. So I experienced that anything you achieve in the school, you must suffer for it before you achieve it. So after that, I stand there, I suffer before I got my confirmation. So I think, firstly, I have not got admission into mass communication department. My first confirmation was I was in education and economics department.
So you were being offered economics before you were given mass communication, or before you were moved to mass communication department?
Yeah, I was given education economics confirmation before I was changed to mass communication.
But how does it happen?
So what happened is that when I was given education economics department confirmation, I started learning at the department. I think I almost went to 3 or 4 lectures. Later, I now heard that they have created a new department called mass communication. And at that time, I don't even know what mass communication is meaning. I just knew that there's a course where you learn a journalism work, but I don't knew that it is called mass communication.
Wow.
I just heard it from my friends saying that they have created new department mass communication at Usman Danfodio University, Sokoto, and the department came late, so they don't have students. They are looking for students that will come so that they will start their lectures. And I said that, so how can I get this opportunity? He said that, so he will assign me to someone where I can go and meet the HOD or the secretary of the department. Like play, we just did that. I went to the HOD of the department. He said I should bring my credentials, if it is arts, and if I have good qualification in English and literature, I bring it, and my JAM score, he saw everything correct, and he said he will call me later. And he called me and told me that I've been given admission to mass communication department. And I was very excited that time. This was among the experience I will never forget in this school. I'm very, very happy that day when I heard that I've been transferred from economics education to mass communication. And the most thing that makes me happy is that I'm not good in statistical method. And you know, economics courses are very
do with
mathematics and calculation, statistics. So that makes me very, very happy that mass communication, there's not much calculation. It's only the English and how to write, then you make performance in presentation. So after mass communication, we met with friends, new friends. I think in the class we are just 30 in number at that time. We have started getting lecture. I think Dr. Mijuna is the first lecturer that takes us. After him, we continue moving to, we don't even have department at that time. We were doing lectures at A classes at that time. And the department was located under physics department. So then after we were in level 2, Then I think the Vice Chancellor of Usman Danfodio University, he built the Department of Mass Communication, and it was transformed from physics to the department. So that thing was very nice to me, very experienced, good at that time. Also, with what my colleagues say, the establishment of the radio station in the campus, we learned a lot. I'm also among the sound editor in the department. I'm very happy that I learned a lot. I know how to edit sound now in this department. And I also produce many programs, also present some. So I'm very excited because of the establishment of the radio station. Also, I have one experience that I want to share here about the hostel. Because any student that came to university knew.
So you are living on campus?
Yeah, I'm living on campus. Must have experience on the hostel. My first arrival at hostel, I just saw a building, houses. I think the houses are just like facing each other like this. From here, you see like maybe 50 houses here, and here 50. A compound that would take more than 100 rooms for students. I was saying, wow, what's this? They say, this is where students are living. I say, imagine, students are trying. You find many friends. You see many people that you'll be thinking that they can't live there, but because of the school, they'll be living there. You find friends there, colleagues, also brothers. And what's make me very excited with hostel life is, as a student, I'm a student and you are a student, I can borrow anything from you. You can go to your friend's room and you can go to your friend's room and collect everything, no matter how you are with him, or no matter how you don't know him, or he's from another tribe or other states, like students that are coming from Kwara and Lagos. You are coming from maybe Kebbi, Sokoto, some are from Zamfara. Also, people are coming from Kano. So you join together and you become friends.
From different
so people come from different geographical zones and they become brothers and friends. Majority of people become friends from the schools, and until they die,
that's how it
they are together.
Sometimes.
That's how it started. So I think.
All right, Ahmed. Thank you very much, sir, for life for your time. Ahmed, let me get back to you. As I made mention of FYB celebrations, since we started this program, we would like to know, what does FYB means or signify?
So FYB simply is an acronym that stands for final year brethren. So it's a kind of series of activities that take place at the end of every semester, usually for final year students, that is those from 400 level to 500 level. That is in commemoration of their graduation, you understand? So they celebrate that event to show their happiness, to jubilate, understand? To show that they are celebrating, and the school, the students must know that they are celebrating, they are leaving the school. So they organize such kind of activity. And that kind of activity is let me say, it's a kind of in series, let me say in sequence. You understand? It is like in sequence. It marks a lot of activities. It starts from the Jalabia Day, costume day. There is what they call JC Day. There is what they call cultural day. You understand? There is what they call FYB. Not FYB, I mean on school. Okay. So it has to do with a lot of activities. You understand? For example, on the day of cultural day, students wear their cultural attire and they come onto the stage to show cultural display, to music and dancing, cultural dishes, and a lot of things. And maybe this, if you take JC, the students dress in sports. Someone will dress in like a basketball player, someone like a football player. So they come there, they match together, they play games, they play football, they play tennis, as the FYB that we organized recently. So we try to bring
a lot of activities. Like we did basketball, we did football, we did volleyball, you understand. So to tell the student that we are living and they should come and celebrate with us, you understand. So FYB is all about making such a remarkable, memorable moment that it will last forever.
Okay, Saifullah, as a mass communication student, you have your own association, which is Maposa.
Yes.
So what about the Maposa? Have you done anything under the Maposa, or you have matched everything together with Maposa and FYB? Or can you elaborate more about the Maposa and FYB?
Yeah, actually, Maposa is, the meaning of Maposa is Mass Communication Student Association. So, yeah, we did Maposa week, which we make it's supposed to be the FYB week of final year of Mass Communication Student Association. So we made it to become Maposa week so that we can combine it with the remaining students from level 1 to level 4, so that we can come together.
Are celebrating their FYB, while you from mass communication, you are celebrating Maposa week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other students from different departments, they are celebrating their FYB, which is for only 400 level students or the final year student of the department. But we, mass communication department,
yours is Maposa.
We decided to just make it Maposa week so that we can include our juniors, the level 1 student, level 2, level 3, and we level 4, so that they will contribute and come together and we celebrate
and
with us and become fun and many things.
Nice.
Yeah, we made a Maposa week. The first day I think we made the Jersey Day, as he just said it now.
Okay.
We made the Jersey Day where we bring activities like football, basketball, and also volleyball. And the students came, we dressed like jersey, everybody wear a jersey clothes, or I should say track. The male play football and the male and females combine and play basketball. Also for the volleyball, is the male and female that combine and play it.
Okay, our viewers, don't forget you are still watching us on Alu TV Nigeria, where we are having conversation with some of the students that just wrap up their FYBO Maposa week. Hope you are enjoying our conversation with our guest. Saifullah, as you had all these memorable events for the whole week, how did you feel as you are celebrating, or as you celebrated these events? And what attracted you?
Yeah, I'm very, very excited about the Maposa week because our juniors or our brothers and sisters, they collaborate with us, they cooperate and they come out and they sacrifice. Some even give something like energy, donated something. Some sacrifice their energy, their experience, their knowledge, how to cooperate and bring the team, make the team very memorable and so fun with things. So I'm very excited with that. And my experience.
What attracted you from the week?
Yeah.
From the whole week.
What attracted me on the week is that how my colleagues, my classmates, I think we are just 18 in number, and all of our classmates, majority of us came and they show how they are very happy with the team. We dance together, we eat together, we stay together. Anything we want to do, we collaborate like we are in the same family. So this thing makes me very, very, very excited and also attractive to me.
Okay, you celebrated Maposa for the whole week. What about your classes? Which I'm very sure maybe the classes are still going on, or maybe tests are taking place.
Okay, yeah, you mean the lectures?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have been taking lectures since the resumption of the school. So we went to the HOD of the department and asked for his apology to give us a free day of 1 week so that we can do our Maposa week, so that the students of level 1, 2, and 3 should not come and say that they have lecture, that they will not attend our Maposa week. So
just to help you celebrate this.
Yeah, so that they will help us to celebrate the week, and the HOD understand us and attend to us. He gave us that freedom.
Oh, that's nice. You guys are lucky, I can say. All right, so, Ahmad, as you are the pioneer, if I may guess, and I'm very sure you are among the organizers. Can you tell us how did you organize this event?
So from the beginning, you know, anything that has to do with event, anything that has to do with you know, commingling of people together to celebrate something very important, it has to do with money.
Exactly.
Yes. So money first, money matter. So from the beginning, we start thinking, what sources? Why are we going to get the money? You understand? So we start thinking of the ways the people who can contribute for us to raise the money. Understand? So and luckily for us, we got contribution from the students, from some notable people. You understand? For us to make our event into reality. You understand? So from the beginning, that is from the let me say, arrangement, you understand, we start to be thinking of the ways to get money. And after we get the money, then we come to the arrangement. So how are we going to arrange the event? It is going to match all of the students, or is it all going to be only the final year student, you understand? So we say this event is going to accumulate the whole mass communication student, and we need to be ready for that, because almost mass communication students has a total number of 166 students. So it's gonna be a kind of a difficult task. So we need to get ready, and we need to set to face such kind of event. So we made the arrangement. We started with the event. So are we going to do a one event and call it Makosa Day, or are we going to do a week and call it Makosa Week? You understand? So we suggested that it's going to be a Makosa Week. So it's going to be a series of activities from day 1 to day 5. Understand? The day 1 is going to start with I think it's JC Day. It's Costume Day. From Costume Day, then we go to the JC Day. From JC Day, we go to the Jalabia Day. From Jalabia Day, we go to the Cultural Day, you understand?
So that's how you wrap up the whole week?
Definitely. And subsequently, we come up with the idea that we need to lessen the kind of the activities, so that to save energy, to save resources. So we come out that we are going to do only 3 days event: the Costume Day, the JC Day, and the Jalabia Day. You understand? And we are going to have a kind of big event by the end of the semester, which is going to be titled Makosa Pioneers Day.
When will be that?
By the end of this semester. Yes, after examination, inshallah. And we're even invited.
So you are preparing for this, okay?
But it's going to be a kind of grand event.
Wow.
So we're preparing for it. So we decided that the cultural day will be under that Pioneers Day. So it's going to be a kind of activity under the Pioneers Day. We will select some students. They are going to participate. They are going to show their cultural activities. They are going to have a cultural display, apart from the series of activities that we are going to have on that kind of a day. Understand? So we decided to have Cultural Day / Pioneers Day. The Cultural Day is a minor event. The Pioneers Day is the major event.
That's the grand event.
Very good. And this event, the 3 days event, we are going to do it as normally it takes place within the campus, because most of the departments, they are celebrating their own event this month, that is September, before the examination. And we need to abide by that, because we need to join the students. They are happy, we also should be happy. So this is how we come with the arrangement, with the idea. And still one of, let me say, a kind of fantastic effort that we make is among the ESCOs. We met a kind of meeting with the ESCOs to see how this kind of Makosa, we have seen in Makosa, and the students, the rumors, or let me say the story is surrounding everywhere that mass communication, they are going to have a kind of first and historical event ever. So it's going to be a kind of, it needs motivation. It needs motivation and preparation. So we march together with the ESCOs to see how we can bring this event into reality, from concept
to the conceptualization, and most of the ESCOs, they contribute with their knowledge, their experience to brainstorm ideas, and there we decided each day this is what we are going to do. Each day this is what we are going to do. And after we had consensus, we decided to go around each class from UG1, UG2 to UG3 to announce the student about the upcoming event and the possible contribution, cooperation that we seek from them. And luckily for us, they contributed a lot, they cooperated until the time that the event took place.
Okay, Ahmed, as finalists, as you and also pray, you are done with your Makosa week, alright? And you are waiting, or you are preparing ahead for the Pioneer or Cultural Day, which is coming maybe at the end of the session, as you said. What do you think are the legacy or reputations you have left for the mass communication department as you are the pioneer?
Firstly, let me start with let me see the arrangement, or let me say the idea to provide mass communication students with their own way of dressing, that is dressing code, and which is very, very important. Now mass communication have their own way of dressing, which is they dress in blue and black. They have blue shade and black trouser. So it's a kind of good idea. It's a kind of memorable job that even after they have left the school, students will still be remembering that the first Makosa ESCOs did this. This is their idea, this is their contribution, and they have succeeded. So apart from that, organizing a lot of events is an orientation to students. Is also a kind of good repetition, like the Makosa week that we did recently. Apart from that, the mass communication general meeting that we did, I think last year or last 2 years, is also a kind of good repetition that students will not forget. And one most important thing is that, you know, leaving something as a legacy, it has to do with something that people, if people see it, they cannot forget it. Unforgettable. So one important, let me say, significant aspect of a legacy is to put something in the heart of people. Understand? Maybe the way you treat people, the way you communicate with people, to show them that you are all the same, you are all equal. That's very, very important. It is like one of the most
interaction with the people.
Very good. Your interaction with the people. So I can say that the commonness, the oneness, you know, among the students, trying to bring students together under the same umbrella is a kind of legacy. You know, trying to show students, helping students in their lectures, in their courses, showing them the weakness, showing them the methods to follow to succeed is very important. So bringing together student closer, kind of big legacy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1. Only 1. 2. TWO2. 3. THREE3. 4. FOUR4. 5. FIVE5. 6. SIX6. 7. SEVEN7. 8. EIGHT8. 9. NINE9. 10. TEN10. 1. 1. 2. 2. 2. 3. 3. 3. 4. 4. 4. 5. 7. 8. 8. 9. 9.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little numbers, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little numbers, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little numbers, 10 little numbers. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little numbers, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little numbers.